What's up, YouTube? Shooter Nation 5788, and today I'm going to be going in depth on my Amp Energy 2013 Amp Energy Orange that Dale Jr. drove at Las Vegas. And like I said, I am on my flip video. If you know, I don't have an HD PVR, so it's the best that I can give you here, and hope you enjoy it. But we're going to take a look at the car, and I will try to give you a fast-paced step-by-step to try to create this on your own. But let's just go ahead. We'll go right into it. And the base scheme. First of all, the orange is a little bit tricky. I mean, sometimes it is a little bit difficult trying to find the proper paint to find for the car you want. But you just got to search around with it, and I think it looks pretty good. And I think that it looks pretty close to what he actually ran. But obviously, I would start with the main base coat being orange, and then you take a couple of squares and whatnot. And first of all, you got to start with here. I'll go a little bit closer. Start with the gray, very gray. So start with the gray top. You can definitely make it like really small and add it on at the end. It doesn't matter which way you do it, but just do the gray. Obviously mirror it, and start all the way from back here in the quarter panel, and go all the way around to the front here. Make sure you get a kind of a little bit of a swoop down here, and end around right here. You won't see the gray too much in the grill area, but once you mirror it, it'll look the exact same on this side, so you won't have to worry about that. And then as soon as you're done with the gray, stamp, make it black, and do the exact same thing, but make sure the gray is visible all the way around the car. And that sums it up right there for that. And then now on into the harder part. I'll start with the orange dots here. I mean, it's relatively simple. It's just a time-consuming process. But don't do this one first. I mean, you got to do the little swoops here. I wish I could show you a little bit better what it looks like just bare, but I would do rounded squares and just just connect them. Just keep connecting them all the way through, and don't do any leave like a little bit of a gap. Obviously, as you can see, a little bit of a black gap there, so you can see the black on the car. But just do it the best you can, and you'll end up connecting them. And I mean, you really can't see it that much. I mean, it's actually not very visible part of the car, but you know, it's there. I mean, it looks pretty sharp for what it is. But now on to the circles. I created a brush. I just created a brush. I wasn't worrying about stamping each individual circle. That would take forever. Don't worry about that. Just create a brush, put some circles on it, make sure they're all the same size, get the orange right. The orange is actually a little bit lighter on the circles than on the base, so watch out for that. And just obviously, like I said, create a brush, make them really small, then just stamp, click down a couple clicks, make sure there's like a little bit of a slight gap so they don't kind of overlap each other at all, and just do that a couple times. I only did like maybe 6 of them in the brush, and I had to stamp them multiple times. Honestly, I would just do a bunch of them. Go to the highest point on the car. I don't know exactly how many circles it is, but just count those on the actual car. Count those up, and then that's how many you should put into the brush. And then when you're on the car, you can just stamp, move. You know, if you want to start from here, I started from over here. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And I don't think I can get rid of the options here, but yeah, just once you put the brush on the car, just bring it down, stamp, 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 and then if you got to move it up, stamp, stamp, and just keep doing that. Follow that same motion throughout the entire car. Don't worry too much about this area where the number's going to be, because you're not going to be able to see it anyway, so don't stress about that. It's no big deal. Just try to make it a little bit of an even flow, and just don't mess it up down here. Keep a nice even pace to it, and it'll look exactly like that. But as far as the amp, the National Guard, like I said, I already have these logos preset made for all the Hendrick cars. You can do that as well. Just find out what all they are. I mean, I think it's Hendrick, Mack, Bosch, Purelator, Siemens, and Freightliner are all those sponsors, and you can just go into a brush and make all of them. And don't spend a whole lot of time on it because it doesn't really matter that much, and you're not going to be able to see it. But as long as you put something like that there, you know, it'll just make it look a little bit better, and that's fine. But that area is black, just because that's black right there. So if you were to do that, put black square or whatever there, and then stamp your contingencies. Quick Estate's already in the game. That's pretty simple. I have Dale Jr.'s signature preset created, so that's pretty easy for me. If you want to know how to do that, I mean, I obviously got a pretty easy target to look at when I first created it. Just do rounded squares or whatever, and then just, you know, connect them together. Kind of like the swoop on the car here. Pretty much same concept. You got your little another small contingency right there, bethematch.org. The National Guard, that is created because it's all white, and it's not the one in the game is red with white outline. So I had to create that, but it looks pretty good. And I also created the American flag. You know, the American flag doesn't look that great, but you can cheat on it. Like I said, I've said it before. You can cheat on it, and you know, as long as it looks remotely like it, I mean, you're in good shape. American Ethanol logo. But once you know, the orange is back. That's on the back of the car. And National Guard, once you have this created, you can put that on the deck lid as well. And the amp energy, this one was a little bit of a pain. I didn't have it created before. But the energy, you can just use a regular text. That's pretty simple. Put a lot of spacing in between it. The amp, I made that as a brush. That's all created from scratch. I'd use rounded squares, circles, pretty much whatever works for it. And let's try to get a little bit of a good look at it. Yeah, just rounded squares. Make sure you have a little bit of a black outline on it. And then the amp logo itself, it doesn't look that great. I've made another one since, but pretty much just find out whatever works for it. I mean, I use like, I think a couple circles or whatever, and then the triangle at the top. But you know, it doesn't look that great. I'll be honest with it. But you know, it still looks remotely similar. Like I said, you can do that kind of stuff, and you know, just try to. It's a difficult one. I mean, it is pretty difficult to make. But just find out whatever works and just try to make it remotely similar, and you'll be in good shape. And then the 88, obviously I also have this as a brush. The only thing I had to change was just make the outline the orange color. And that's pretty much it. This is also created from scratch using, once again, rounded squares. That's all it is. Rounded square, you know, black, and then orange. The preset for mine's red, because that's pretty much what his number is now. Red or white or whatever it is. But yeah, just rounded squares throughout the entire thing, and you can make it look exactly like that. And it's the same thing on the top, and you're not changing anything there. So I did go pretty fast. If there is something that I missed or you just don't understand about it, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, or send me a message. I'll definitely get back to you. But I hope you like the car. You can check out the video where I ran a race with it at Vegas. That's on my channel. But if you like the car, go ahead and leave it a like. Subscribe if you want to see some more stuff like this. And thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you later.